Yeah, Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, he was
one-time
just-
Spider-Man.
Yeah, he was up here for Under the Banner of Heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How did that go?
It went great. He was super, super nice guy.
Okay.
So I was on one day with him, but I was literally sitting like right next to him.
Okay.
And I didn't know
Closer than this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like probably
could you guys touch feet?
I would probably say so. I wasn't going to.
You weren't going to?
I'm not going to play footsies with Spider-Man. Come on.
Talent Talk is sponsored by Company of Rogues Actors Studio, New York-style training for actors at all stages of their journey. With our part-time classes and full-time masterclass program, Rogues provides a unique post-secondary option under the guidance of working professionals. Mentoring and developing professional film and theater artists since 1993, Calgary's longest-running independent studio offers practical hands-on classes in a positive, supportive environment. Check us out at corogues.com. Company of Rogues, passionate about the art of acting.
Hi, guys. Thanks for joining me on Talent Talk. I'm your host, Chingaze. We got a great show this week. Super funny guest. We're going to get to them in a minute. Also, we're in studio, live. I can actually reach out and touch them if I wanted to. I'm not going to, but I could. Before we get to that, fellow, let us mention some of the sponsors. We have some great sponsors this year in our 5th year. We've got, I'm going to read my notes. Company of Rogues, 6 Degrees, Workflow Film, and RJ Talent. Also, Counting Coup Indigenous Film Academy, and Heard of One, and finally, Actra Alberta. Thanks, everybody. Also, hey, please like and subscribe whenever you get a chance. So, without any further ado, in a 2-shot, Mr. Rylan Nilsson. I said it wrong. I said it wrong.
No, you almost had it. I'll give you take 2. Go.
Mr. Rylan Nilsson.
Take 3. Go.
I'm not trying anymore. Here he is, guys.
Rylan Nilsson.
What?
Yes.
Why?
Because
Where does the I go?
there's only one I in the whole thing.
But where does it?
Just Nilsson.
Nelson.
Nilsson. It's Swedish.
Yeah, it is.
Swedish. I
Hey,
get
man.
my own Muppet. Get after me.
Hey, man, thank you so much for joining us, by the way.
You're very welcome.
Yeah. So what were you...
We knew that restraining order was only going to last so long.
You guys have to look at the outtakes and the pre-intro. You'll catch up.
Yeah.
And I'll catch up, too. Hey, man, were you working today? Were you doing something today?
Not today, no.
Can you talk about... how about yesterday?
Yesterday I was, yes.
Yes. Can you say what you were doing?
I was having a rehearsal for a play I'm doing right now, actually.
Ah, sweet. Hey, tell us about that play.
Okay. Well, I'm doing a show currently with Seniors Acting Lab. It's my first time working with them, actually.
You're super well preserved to be with the Seniors Acting Lab, just to let you know.
Oh, yeah. It's that lemon juice. I just squirted all on my face, and immediately, like 50 years just gets wiped off.
Dropped right off you.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. So, no, what are you doing in that?
Yeah, so the show is called Bill C-773.
Okay.
It is a political drama. Basically, it is surrounding a senator played by Chris Hetherington, if you're familiar with him. Yeah, great guy. Basically,
He looks a lot like you if you gave up.
spoiler alert, that's actually going to play in here, actually. Because, so Chris Hetherington, he plays this senator. Mm-hmm. And he has passed a bill, Bill C-773, that basically states that after seniors reach the age of 85, they are killed off. When they're that age, they don't longer really serve a purpose to humanity, so they are just simply killed off.
Wow.
Right? And so this all stems from his past. He was dealing with a very abusive grandfather. Right. He grew up with a literal hatred towards seniors and towards old people because he always saw his grandfather in that. Right. So now that he's an adult, he's this senator who has this power to pass a bill such as this, he's going strong with it. But through flashbacks, you're learning about where this anger is stemming from. And by the end of the play, I'm not going to go spoiling the end here, but by the end of the play, you start questioning it. You start questioning, is this truly the right decision? It stems from somewhere that is very valid, but is his decision here valid? Right? And so through the flashbacks, I play the younger version of the senator. So yeah. So when you said I look like him, yeah, I played the younger version of Chris. So that was the point.
That's all. Can you tell me how old he is in the play? How old is he supposed to be in the play? Is he close to that age or not at all? It doesn't play in the play. Don't even worry about it. Just go out and watch it.
Yeah, just go see it. It might go into some spoiler territory, and I don't want to go spoiling it. I do love a good plot twist, whether it be meant to completely blow your mind or whether just to take the play in a different direction. It's still a plot twist. I don't want to go spoiling that for you.
Understood. Now, I'm going to ruin this part of the interview just for a second, guys. Sorry, editors and whatnot. But when you mentioned Chris Hetherington, where's my camera? There it is. Great. So I've worked with Chris in the past many, many times, and what I've started doing was I started taking a photograph of his and started putting it in films, just movies I was in the background. This is the photo. Now imagine him with glasses and then...
Look at that handsome man.
He looks just like that. But there you go. So sorry I ruined the... sorry, Derry. Anyway.
Chris is walking oh crap, now I know who to sue next.
That's in like 4 movies. And I've never told... This is the first time. I've never told them about it.
And now everybody's going to be searching for it.
Yeah. It's a little Easter Hetherington.
It'll be like the Calgary version of the Wilhelm scream. We all know it's there. We just got to find it.
Right.
He's out there somewhere, lurking in the shadows.
All right.
Anyway, sorry.
You said you wouldn't. You'd try and keep it to 3 personalities today.
Oh yes, sorry.
No, but you know what? That brings up voice work. And like I sort of thought. I thought of you as an actor first. When I think of you, which is often.
Fair enough.
I think of you as an actor first. But I believe you started with voice work?
I did, yes.
So how did you, let's talk about how did you transition, and then maybe we'll go back to the, but when
how
did
it started?
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Okay, next question.
Yeah, we'd have to start with how it started, I guess, then.
Okay.
Just to be able to put things in chronological.
All right. We'll chop this up later.
Yeah. This ain't Star Wars. We're not starting with episode 4. Oh. Okay. Well, to start it off, basically I grew up in a small town that was very sports oriented. It was like you got to be into sports or you're not there, right?
I mean.
Yeah. Right? And that's the thing is I never really got the hang of it. I never really fully felt like I was part of sports. And so my mother, she put both me and my older brother into soccer. Okay. He was the big soccer player. He was the one scoring all the goals, getting the girl kind of thing. Whereas I was always the one sitting on the sidelines commentating what was going on. Oh, there goes Lanny. He's passing the ball over to Jimmy. Jimmy passes it to Carl. And now Carl scores. Yeah. And I remember the coaches that were like, oh, great. Rylan's commentating again. And it even got to the point they'd put me on defense. Okay, he's not going to touch the ball very much. He's on defense. Okay. But it got to the point I got talking to the goalie and, oh, great. They scored on us again. Yeah. So they're like, okay, sports is not for him. This is not working. So they're like, okay, well, because he's commentating, what does work? And I was always doing wacky voices anyways. I was always standing up in front of my classmates doing impressions of the teachers and everything. That stereotypical kid. And so one day my teachers and my parents, they're all like, he's got to do something with this. This can't be something that he just does just for the fun of it. He needs to see
at us. You got to spread this out.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Especially I was a small town, 3,000 people. You can walk from one end to the other in like 5 minutes. There's very little room for improvement there.
What town?
It's called Raymond.
Oh, Raymond, Alberta.
Yes.
Yeah.
About 20 minutes south of Lethbridge.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I just thought, okay, I got to do something with it. But I didn't know where to start. This is a small town where even Lethbridge, no offense to Lethbridge, even Lethbridge wasn't very big.
No.
So, okay, what do I do? So you need an answer yourself, go turn to Google. So I remember going to Google and I just remember searching voice actor wanted just to see what would bring it up. And what ended up happening was I found a Craigslist ad for this independent video game company down in New York, and they were looking for voiceovers. Okay. So I thought, okay, it was for a first-person shooter game for the Wii. I've never played it, actually, so I don't know if it was any good or not. But the point is, I tried out for this main character, the big macho man, got my gun. This big guy, they're like, okay, it's not really working out, but we do want you to try out for one other character. They're like, we've got these 2 medics. Medic Lee, who is a complete off-the-wall goofball American, and Medic Fry, who is a very straight-laced, by-the-book Britishman. And they basically said, we want you to try out for the American one. Okay, sure. Gave it a shot, got the part. Halfway through recording, the other actor that was doing the British guy, he dropped out. I don't know if he wasn't getting paid enough or he had scheduling conflicts, whatever. He dropped out. So like, can you do both for us? Sure. Okay. So I literally did both of these medics that are both arguing all the time because they're like the comic relief in the game. And so, yeah, so sometimes it would be me just doing the American. Sometimes it would be me just doing the British one. Sometimes it's like, let's try it. And I'd be going back and forth doing these two roles. And that was my first ever credit, just doing these two off the wall Siskel and Ebert type characters that are just constantly bickering in this first person shooter game for the Wii. And it got the ball rolling. Okay, now what can I do? Because that was fun. What else can I do? So from there, I did a music video called Teenage Spaceman. And that one was not voiceover. That one was film.
Okay.
But that one basically, this little girl, she draws a picture of a spaceman. Mm-hmm. And through the power of her love, she kisses him. And he comes into the real world. But because he doesn't belong here, he's scared. He's terrified of this world. He doesn't belong here. He doesn't even know where he is. So he wanders the streets of Lethbridge trying to figure out where he is, trying to find some shred of belonging. Right. And he finds an angel. And she points him in the right direction and brings him back into that picture. And yeah, so I played this teenage spaceman in that. And it just slowly, things kept adding up, until here we are where I'm literally sitting here doing this stuff full time, making a living out of it.
Man, that is awesome. That's like a reverse aha video. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Weird.
And it was quite fun. Yeah.
How old were you when you did that?
I was in high school at that point. So yeah, probably around
high school years.
17, 18. Yeah.
I was 20 when I left, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's not about me.
Well, when you sleep with the teacher,
it's not about me.
Yeah, okay. No.
So what?
I'll shut up.
Where did you hear that? My notes.
I have my notes too.
My notes are, you should have prepared. My notes are mostly just...
That's what it says for everybody. In case, do your homework.
Oh, man. Listen, okay, so you're saying you're doing this... Oh, that's just the normal sound of a man my age who crosses his legs on camera. Okay, all right, guys? Don't make fun of how rickety I am.
Yeah, okay.
Question. So do you have like a day job? Are you still, what do you...
Well, I do have stuff that I do in between the cracks. Like, us obviously film stuff, we're always going to have our downtime. We're going to have the off season. We're always going to have some sort of a hiatus, right? Okay. So when I'm not doing that, I actually host trivia nights at local pubs throughout the province.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you're still like just up there grooving, doing the whole... Are you doing voices as you're doing the...
I am. Do you need to ask that? When do I ever talk in my own voice? Let's be honest here.
Like, God, I hope one of these answers is Arnold Schwarzenegger and another one is
what you
Sean
got for
Connery.
me? Come on.
Hey, now this is a group interview. Let's keep this consensual here.
You signed all the necessary paperwork for Gary, right?
I would assume so.
Good. Yeah, good.
Get Arnold Schwarzenegger's permission. Get Sylvester Stallone's permission.
So, man, do you do anything in your downtime? Like, if you have any downtime, have you ever had any downtime?
Well, you know me. I'm always up and out doing something. Yeah. Well, I always like to keep myself busy. I was always raised that you put in an honest day's work. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, that means I can get a little too busy. But when I do have downtime, I'm more of a, I guess, extroverted type person. I may not seem like it. Like, I may be outgoing and I love making people laugh, but I'm also quite extroverted. If I'm having my downtime, okay, I'm probably at home playing a board game with my wife or something like that.
Introverted?
Yes, introvert. Sorry.
Okay. So when you're not on, you like your quiet time.
I like my quiet time.
Yeah. But you like you read. What do you do? TV?
More like I do read sometimes.
Okay.
It takes me a while to get through a full book though.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. I'm going to start asking you questions that I meant for different previous guests.
Okay.
What was it like being the first female? Nope.
Since my sex change.
I'm going to put this away now. And let's bring Chris Hetherington back. Who wants to hear? Who wants to see Chris Hetherington? Should we bring him back?
Do it.
All right. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Man, where did we meet? I mean, I know I was on the stairs, but other than that.
Okay, yeah, because we met quite a while ago.
I'd say so.
If I'm not mistaken, I think we met on Private Dicks. That may have been our first time working together.
Okay. I think I'd heard of you. That's the normal amount of time a man of my age puts down a tiger mug.
A tiger mug? I thought that was a cheetah, but okay.
I don't label things. I've heard you shouldn't label things.
That is the very rare short-necked giraffe. That's what that is.
So, Private Dicks.
Yes, I believe we worked on that. You were one of the leads in that, if I'm not mistaken.
I was one of the dicks.
Yeah.
I don't think I
have
was.
not actually seen it yet. I do apologize.
I haven't seen that episode, but we were going to work on something when the pandemic started. We both auditioned for something. We both got it. I don't remember what it was. And And the pandemic was happening, and I was just like, and I was writing you, and I'm like, I don't want to go. I don't wanna,
yes, I do recall this.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was either.
Okay.
But I do remember this. Yeah, because we were corresponding about each other because I don't mean to sound rude to whoever it was putting it on, but I do remember that, yeah, they had like maybe 2 days from when they sent us the script to when they said, we need you to have this memorized. We need you to be ready to go to shoot. And we only had like a matter of a couple days. And it's just, there is no way.
The world was ending as well.
That was like in the thick of COVID.
Yeah.
When everything was first shutting down. Everybody thought this was the end of the world. I remember even going to Walmart telling my wife, like, we got to jack up on all those like microwavable meals because we don't know when we're going to get let out next. I was even panicking thinking this was the end of the world, right? So
Absolutely.
yeah, I remember that they were wanting to do this shoot. No sort of COVID precautions in place at all. Not only that, I had to memorize all these lines for, I think it was like, what, a half an hour long shoot? Or half an hour long short.
Right.
Yeah, I had to have all these things memorized. But yeah, only got a couple days of preparation. And I just remember we both were just, no, this ain't happening. Even if COVID wasn't happening, you're putting a lot of pressure on us here.
Well, you do get the pressure a lot where they send you something and then they just change it. That's the worst for me. But I do remember
added benefit of having COVID just scaring everybody. No, it wasn't.
I had literally just bought a camping stove and like a light, like one of those things that will light up a tiny room. Because I was just like, what if the power goes off? Like it was really the craziest.
Light up the room with your flatulence.
But then our bean ration would be. Do you know what I mean? Like how long can you keep that up for?
Fair enough.
Before your wife
candle wicks when you got beans. Just
yeah. Hey, how about you won some awards for another project that I was not in? But,
you weren't?
Well, my voice.
Well, yeah,
but,
I still say that you were on the Nobody Prayer.
Nobody Prayer.
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
It's not Nobody's Prayer.
No,
the
Nobody
Prayer.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, you won something. What'd you win on that?
I won a few things actually. Yeah. I won an award at the Best Actor award at a film festival over in Italy.
Hold on. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. There was a couple in the States that I was able to scoop on. I was nominated for the New Jersey Film Awards. They had nominated me for Best Actor there as well. But not only just me, myself, but the whole production as a whole. It won a slew of awards from all over the world, really.
That was awesome. A shout out to Sean Pulsifer. See, I can pronounce his name. It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you have against me then?
Plenty.
My name wrong.
Look, let's not, we've had to do this before. You just say your last name and I'll just have my mouth open.
Okay, ready? Yeah. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Nilsson.
The whole thing. Ugh.
Oh, okay, whole thing. Take 2.
All right, go.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Rylan Nilsson. I am chin gaze. I am awesome. Look at me and bask in my presence.
Dude, I do affirmations in the washroom because the lighting's right. And I can't get through the first sentence because after that is like, I hate you. You're the worst. Try better. Jimmy, how do you try better? You could try harder, but why better?
Because that's what's going to give us the next role.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like every time because I've actually had people reach out to me for advice about like how do you deal with rejection? Because come on, like how many jobs do you know of that we get rejected on a daily basis, right?
Yeah, like an 85% rejection.
Yeah, you get job interviews all the time where they're like, well, not today, we found a better candidate. And yeah, it hurts. But how many jobs do you know that literally is part of the job? Yeah. Having a job interview and having it shut down in your face.
Right.
Well, so
studying for a job is very weird, and you have to study every time. You study every time. Learn these 2 pages. Learn these 4 pages.
Yeah.
Just for a no?
Yeah.
Man.
Sometimes you just got to swallow that ego within you and rechannel it into motivation to get the next one.
Is that what you tell people when they ask you? You're like, swallow it. Is that do you say walk it off?
I wouldn't say you have to walk it off.
Some guy calls you up. Hey, Rylan.
I missed my part again.
Yeah. What do you say to that guy? Because it's going to be me. I'm going to call. I'll call you now. Someone have my phone out there if you just start calling him.
Hello? Oh, great. Chingues. Hang up. Time to get that restraining order again.
No, well, it's hard on anybody, right? I imagine even like the big leagues, like say Leonardo DiCaprio, for example. He probably
30 years ago?
Yeah. He probably would be like, oh, didn't get that one.
Right.
But if you let it eat you up, if you let it destroy you, that's ultimately what's going to say if you're going to make it or break it in this industry. And you should know that one as well. No, I'm not trying to take shots at you or anything, but I'm just trying to say we've both been in this industry for long enough. we know that rejection is a daily factor in it. And when some people think, oh, it's all the glitz and the glamour, I can go around on big sets and ride around on Rolls Royces. It's like, no, like you're going to get more rejection than you are the appraisal.
Right.
So,
But yeah, because they see you once in a blue moon on TV, or they see you at some stupid red carpet thing, or just something, or oh, I got to talk to such and such person. Some star that they've seen. So who have you worked with, man? You worked with any famous type people? Let's get back to you for a second.
Okay. I just worked with Andrew
he's
Garfield
talking now.
recently. Oh,
He's talking.
what do you got to say, Steve?
That's funny. It's Stefan.
Oh,
no, what?
Stefan.
So what? Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, he was
one-time Spider-Man.
Yeah, he was up here for Under the Banner of Heaven. Yeah.
How did that go?
It went great. He was super, super nice guy.
Okay.
So we did I was on one day with him, but I was literally sitting like right next to him.
Okay.
And I didn't know
Closer than this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like probably
Could you guys touch feet?
I would probably say so. I wasn't going to.
You weren't going to?
I'm not going to play footsies with Spider-Man.
I wouldn't have. I would have taken that. I would have, yeah.
I'd get MJ running after me.
I'd have gone right for those loafers. So what were you, what did you do in the thing? What was your
I can't even remember, really.
I mean, Andrew Garfield, come on, guys.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the whole day I was just like, oh, Andrew. But I don't know.
I heard he was very nice. He took some.
Well, yeah, I didn't even know how to talk to him even for that matter. I'm like, okay, do I? I don't know. Do I not?
Right.
And so at one point, I just remember he had a prop Book of Mormon because
why not?
Under the Banner, right?
Sure.
It was about the Mormons. And so I just, like, okay, I know I'm not really supposed to, but I'm going to break the ice. So I just casually look over. I'm like, so, is that a real Book of Mormon you got there, or is it just a prop one? What do you mean? Like, oh, just curious. No, let's find out. And so he literally opened it up like, oh, it's a real one. And next thing I know, we're laughing it up and having fun. Obviously, when we weren't shooting, I guess. Once it's like, okay, back at the places. Okay, he's back to his self, back in character. But yeah, when we weren't shooting, me and him were talking, hucking it up, having a lot of fun.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'll probably get in trouble for doing that later.
Awesome.
I asked Kobe Smulders if she wanted to sign my cast, even though it wasn't even a real cast.
Oh.
Yeah, we did high school together.
Okay.
There was a hospital scene, and I was a patient, had my arm in a cast and everything like that. I asked her if she wanted to sign my cast. She's like, no, thanks, I'm good. Even though it was just like bandages meant to look like a cast. It wasn't even a real one.
It was just your arm. You're like, I have a very pale arm, okay? It's just sign
I put
it.
17 rubber bands under my armpit every morning, and now it looks like this.
Wait a sec. Was that the girl from oh man, the show with all the boys, Jason Segel, and was that the Canadian?
How I Met Your Mother, yes.
That's her.
Yeah, Kobe Smulders, yeah. She was Robin.
She's amazing. Stumptown. Stumptown was great, but it never, I don't know, did like one season or something. Oh, so fun.
Yeah.
Based on a comic
She was also
book.
in the Marvel movies. She's Maria Hill.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. I would not have been able to, like Andrew Garfield, all right, man.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't think I would have been able to stand next to her or sit next to her.
She was nice.
Yeah. Do you have any questions about the process or what we're doing today? When would you like to start? Have we
I thought we were going to wait until maybe 12 o'clock tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, then we'll get the interview going.
Okay.
I'll bring brownies.
I'll have a beard.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can even make a little fire pit here. We can make s'mores.
Can we do fires in here?
I think we can.
No one's on the other end, so you know what? I'm going to.
I think Gary's fallen asleep. Gary is just like passed out completely.
He's. I wish we could flip the cameras around because he's enthralled in this. All right, I'm going to go down to my questions.
Okay.
Start. How'd you start? What got you interested? These aren't great questions. Oh, hey man, you're related to someone that I cared for deeply. Can we? Is there?
Only
can we,
cared?
Cared.
Putting that in the past tense. If you're referring to what I think you're doing.
I'm putting it in the past tense. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
but like, can we talk about that person at all? Because I did not know this.
You're the interview here. Rip off the Band-Aid. Do it.
Not today. How are you related to the late great Robin Williams?
He is my 8th cousin.
8th cousin?
Yes, on my dad's side.
Okay. What does that even look like on a tree?
I've got it on my phone if you want me to go grab it and just let you know all the details. Yeah.
You know what? Do it afterwards and we'll superimpose it. We'll get our editor.
Put Rylan and Mrs. Duckface, put them together and woo! Having more fun than Lindsay Lohan on the weekend, all right? Be a lot of fun.
Oh, man, that's awesome. You ever get close to working with that fellow?
Yeah, I actually, unfortunately, I had to turn it down though. But I was offered a bit part on Night at the Museum 3 when they were shooting over in BC, and I was supposed to share a scene with him, share screen time with him. It would have been awesome. But like I said, yeah, scheduling conflicts got in the way. Wasn't able to accept it, and unfortunately, that other project. It was while I was doing that one that I found out he passed.
Terrible. Can you tell me what the other project was?
I cannot.
Okay.
Okay. Full
You don't have to. You don't have to. Was it as big as Night on the Museum?
Okay. It wasn't fully a project though. I was actually serving a mission for my church.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it
That's
was
big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just didn't want you thinking like, oh, well, that's not as fun. Okay. Yeah. No, I was serving as a mission.
It depends on what door you knock on. But for importance.
Yeah. It's 2 years of your life just dedicated to helping people, right?
Okay.
And yeah, I was out there and I remember one day I was just having a particularly rough day. I was rather down on myself, I guess. I was talking to one of the other missionaries out in the parking lot, sitting there in the car. And I remember my phone was ringing. So I go to answer and I see it was one of the other missionaries. And he was the one that was making me have a rough day. He was kind of a difficult guy to deal with, I guess.
Okay.
But the point is I go to answer it, but I had this thought pop in my head. Answer the phone in your Mrs. Doubtfire voice. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm a missionary, right? I need to be dignified, right? I'm not going to do that. So I go to
parking lot, man. Go for it.
Right? But again, it popped in my head. No. Answer the phone in your Mrs. Doubtfire voice. Okay, sure. So I answered.
Oh, hello, dear. You've a Janaya Doubtfire, dear. I'm a hip old granny who can hip up, beep up, dance till you drop, and yo make a wicked cup of cocoa.
Do this whole spiel. The guy next to me is laughing his head off, thinking nothing of it. And as you remember, the other missionary on the other end of the phone, he was just completely silent. He's like, that's actually not funny. I was calling to let you know that Robin passed away today. And he knew how close I was to him, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. The first thing I thought was, like, it's got to be one of those Hollywood hoaxes, right? How many times do we hear, oh, this guy's dead? No, he's not, right? So I thought, okay, that's got to be it. Until it finally sunk in, and I realized he's gone. And that's the thing, is his movies meant the world to me. When I first saw Mrs. Doubtfire, that was the first time anybody in my life ever told me that my parents' divorce was not my fault. When I watched Jumanji, that was the first time that somebody said, you got to stand up for those people who are hurting you, those things in life that scare you. And every single one of his movies impacted me on a certain way. So when I felt that feeling in my head that day, I knew he's still looking out for me. He still was trying to reach out to me saying, hey, I know you're fighting, but keep going. Keep going. And unfortunately, I deal with a lot of the same mental problems he does. I deal with depression, anxiety, borderline personality disorder. And there are days where, yeah, I want to just call it quits. But I know that, no, got to keep that spirit of Robin alive. Got to keep making people laugh, keep them moving forward. And so that's what I strive to do. Literally, not only in my own acting career, but in my own personal life, I try to encapsulate his spirit, keep his spirit alive. So that's why when you said, oh, put him in past tense, it's like, no, he's still alive. Through the people that he touched, myself included, he is still alive and thriving.
Yeah.
And even for that matter, with my own depression and everything, I never started opening up about it until just recently, actually. I was afraid I was going to get put off. I was afraid people were going to be like, oh, great, another one of these guys. But that's the thing. I remember watching Good Will Hunting. First time I had ever seen it was after he passed away.
Okay.
And I just remember this moment of him sitting there with Matt Damon. And they have this great moment where he's telling him, you need to reach out. You can't expect, because you're an orphan, you can't expect everybody to know everything there is about you because they read Oliver Twist. Okay. If you want people to truly understand, if you want them to know you, you need to open. You need to be as open as a book. Wow. And I remember that particular moment. I hadn't seen it until he passed away, but that was the moment that I knew he was reaching out again, saying, Rylan, if you're ever going to get over this depression, if you're ever going to get over this feeling of inadequacy and of self-loathing, you got to open up, you got to talk. Wow. And so now I've been able to talk about it, but after keeping it bottled for almost 30 years, it's a rather difficult journey. It is a journey that I'm still discovering things, but I see it as a way of like improving myself, helping others while I'm trying to help myself.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, baby steps, more power to you on that journey.
Of course.
I was going to say, it's not your fault, but I think that's
too cliche. No,
I love that part.
Yeah.
It's
a classic movie. Yeah. Love that movie.
Yeah. No, it's great. I love that he can still be giving, and not just you, but
of course,
all people sort of.
Well, that's why he's my hero, right? It wasn't just who he was on the screen, as well who he was off the screen,
right?
Yeah,
like and a full family connection,
of course,
as well.
Yeah, like my brother, one of his heroes is like Michael Jordan.
Okay,
and so I'm like, okay, that's all good and fine, but I'm told that Michael Jordan's kind of a jerk in real life.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, I've never met the guy. I've never
he had that little mustache for a while.
Yeah.
Making a hit is something.
If you were going to say Michael J. Fox, because actually huge fan. But anyway.
Oh,
okay.
you'd be jealous what I got to do then.
Come on, quickly. What is it?
One of the things I got to do when I was a kid,
Okay.
we went to Universal Studios. And this is actually one of the moments that made me want to pursue being in movies.
Okay.
We went to Universal Studios, and they had this exhibit where it basically was showing the movie magic, showing how movies are literally magic, right? Sure. And they wanted to use Back to the Future as an example. So they wheeled out the DeLorean, and they're like, okay, we need a kid from the audience to play our Marty McFly. And so, yeah, I just timidly like, I'd like to give it a shot. Sure. So they picked me out, picked this other little girl as my Jennifer, I guess. And yeah, we literally got to sit in the DeLorean while they're showing all these effects going around, showing how it worked. Right. And it was one of those moments that it's like, I want to do this now. Like that, or when I saw Jurassic Park for the first time, watching the T-Rex bursting out of her cage and just scaring people from something that should not be happening. Like, to me, movies are magic tricks. We're watching something that should not be happening, but yet it is. That's, to me, what it encapsulated. Like, I want to make movies too. Like, I didn't know at that point I wanted to be an actor. Right. I didn't know at that point if I even could be an actor. But I knew I want something to do with making movies. And so now, yeah, like when I first moved here, I was thinking like, okay, nobody's going to hire this 20-something-year-old goofball just to be an actor. So I thought, okay, why don't I just try looking into directing or writing or something like that. And yeah, I still do it occasionally. Okay. But since moving here, since I've actually like won awards for my acting work and everything like that, it's actually shown me that no, not only can I do acting, but actually pursue it and actually be good at it. So yeah, that's taking the front seat right now. So
awesome, man. Well, look, that was a lot of info, and I super appreciate your time and whatnot.
Yeah, sorry. I'll
and
shut
opening up.
Of course.
All of it.
You're my friend, Chinga.
All right. I asked you not to do that.
Oh, okay.
Listen, I think that's it, man. We have so much to work with now.
Of course.
What are they going to do?
File restraining orders on us next Tuesday.
Exactly. All right, brother. Thank you. You stay there. I'm going to get back to this camera.
Oh.
Or my camera, should I say.
Yeah, get your profile shot.
Here it is. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on Talent Talk.
100% pure Chingays.
We're using that. Yeah.
Chingays approved.
You know what? It's over. Get out of here. Thanks. Thanks for that, man. All right.
There you go. You got to have that type of voice for your end credit, though.
Thanks for joining Chingays on Talent Talk.
Thanks for joining Chingays on Talent Talk.
Chingays is awesome.
I don't do that. I don't do that. Anyway, guys, thanks so much. Next week, I'm sure it'll be Gary with another guest. They won't be as entertaining as this guest. Sorry. Like and subscribe.
Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
That's it. Get out of here.
Chingays approved.